Welcome back to Chanel's Reality. I'm Chanel, and this is my reality. So, I'm going to talk to you guys real quick today. I'm going to just go over a few hot topics that have been coming to my attention, been making the rounds. First up is Britney Spears. Apparently, someone called the paramedics to her home because she had some sort of, her foot was hurt or something happened to her foot, allegedly. Um, and I'll put all the links in the description so you can go and look at all these articles for yourself. Make sure you're getting the correct information. I mean, you are over here with Chanel, but I'm just saying in case you might need a little extra. What? Listen, I got a struggle wig on today, guys. Well, anyway. So yeah, the police, or no, I'm sorry, not the police. The paramedics or someone was called to Brittany's home or wherever she was living because something happened with her foot. And initially, it was being reported that her boyfriend or her husband, I'm not sure, is Brittany married or not. I think it was her boyfriend or fiance. It's just so weird to me. Sidebar, I'm like, should it be weird that somebody likes Britney Spears and is attracted to her? No, she's a young lady. She's a superstar, pop star, whatever you want to call it. So I get it, but it's just, I don't know. It's just, obviously everybody deserves love, right? It's just hard to trust it, in my opinion. Because I just feel like over the years, she's just had too many people around her that I feel like have taken advantage of her. She had a conservatorship, and I'm not going to give y'all a whole breakdown of a conservatorship, but basically, there are entities out there that if they want to have control of you, they can. Go watch that movie. There's a movie, and it's not a documentary, but it's very close to the truth. I'm gonna just say that it can happen. It's called I Care a Lot. It's the same. It stars that same lady from that movie, Gone Girl. Listen, that's. I'm just gonna be keep it 100 with you. That stuff does happen in real life. hmm People can put you under a watch or under a mental. I don't want to use the wrong word, but basically, they can call a certain number in your city or in your state and say that they're concerned for your life. They can. So they could say, you were making um, you were saying things that made them believe that you would unalive yourself. And so they call this number, and then when the police come and get you, um, they keep you for a certain amount of hours depending on where they take you. It's usually called like a behavioral health center or something like that. But it just basically, it's a nice way of saying, or more of a covert way of saying mental health. And they can keep you there. Or they can do things and make you seem like you're not competent. Go watch that movie. It's called I Care a Lot. And these people, they go around. These are real people. They go around and they see some woman working in her garden who is perfectly fine, living her best life, but she's 73 or 74. And they make a whole thing plea to the court. She needs to be under a conservatorship for these reasons. And this lady is living her best life. But before she knows it, this entity has decided that she is not, fit to, she's not competent enough to be on her own, and they can make it stick. Much like, and I'm not saying this is what happened to Brittany, because I don't know that. But it's what seemed like was going on some level. I'm not saying that they said, that it's in any way related to that movie, but what I'm saying is it's adjacent in terms of someone coming in and having you evaluated. Maybe it seems like something, simple because, you had some sort of mental break. And that word or that phrase could mean anything. It could mean, listen, this lady went smooth off on someone today. But maybe she just had, a rough week, rough month. Who knows? But that doesn't mean that this lady also deserves to be in a mental institution or that she deserves to be under your control. And the thing with Brittany, from what I could see, what was being reported at the time, is that she had so many people. It seemed like everybody that was a part of her care team was getting paid handsomely. And that's why I think so many people were just like, no, 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 let's free Brittany. Because if the daddy is making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month or a year or whatever it is to have her on a leash and say that she is not capable, or, and like I said, I'm paraphrasing what was being said or being reported about Brittany, that she isn't safe to, live her life on her own, to the point where this lady, I think they, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they forced her to have like a UDI or whatever it is, that birth control that they put inside or insert you. She didn't even have power of her own body. How the hell that work? But so she isn't coherent enough to understand how her finances, who she can have sex with, if she can have a baby. She don't have no control over none of that. How much money she gets a day, a week, a month? No control. None. But she is competent enough to get on this stage in Vegas and make however many hundreds of thousands of dollars a day or whatever her contract was, so that she could pay all these people, the doctors, the lawyers, her daddy, and whomever else. All of these people were being paid by her to keep her, in my opinion, controlled. I just never understood. And listen, I am a therapist, I'm a social worker, and I'm trained to kind of look at things beyond what the regular person may see. My biggest issue is this, because if you are any level of celebrity, you're going to have a handler or two. It doesn't matter if your handler is your husband, like Monique, the comedian, or if your handler is, some your cousin who's your bestie, who's been there for you for however long, or if it's somebody that's signed to some big Hollywood agency, and they're your handler and they manage you or whatever. It doesn't matter. There's always going to be somebody there that's wanting to get paid to manage your schedule, manage your this, that, and the third, right? So I understand that, but it was just the amount. So everybody's getting paid for Brittany except Brittany. And I think that's why people are like, free Brittany. And then I think it kind of rolls over into her love life, because how do you trust anybody? It's not like she's not going to have handlers, right? So they're always going to be looking sideways. So on one hand, I kind of feel like, well, we don't really know. Maybe the dad is doing this to protect her. The whole UDI or whatever it's called, to make sure she doesn't get pregnant and, monitor her all day. But I'm like, if she's able to get out there and work and dance and understand, seeing her behind off and do all of this stuff and remember all that, she should have a little more leniency on what she's able to do in her life, because she's doing all of this. Yes, she's getting her money, but you're managing it, meaning she can't do it without you giving it to her, whatever that amount is. And the conservatorship people are there to supposedly protect you from you or others. But if everybody here is getting paid by you, and they are all saying you need to be in a conservatorship where they all get paid, maybe it might be, easier to keep you there. Because if all I have to do is just make sure you're managed on your schedule and you go to work and I get to collect $150,000 a month or whatever it is, my opinion may be biased. And then who's gonna, I'm her dad. I made her. Just saying. Now, I don't know, but because I don't have any proof, but that's what people were saying. And then they finally freed Brittany. And then it just felt like, within a month, it was just like, okay, maybe she needed a conservator. I do think she definitely needs someone there to make her make better choices or good choices, sound choices. But I watched something about Brittany, and I was like, when I watched that, I was like, well, I kind of understand why Brittany seemed like she was unhinged. No, she didn't. Like, when you line up what was happening that day, where she was like beating the car with the umbrella and all that, there was a lot going on. But all they showed you was this, video, and the police having to come get her and all this stuff. They didn't show all the things that happened up to that. And in my opinion, from what I saw, it looked like she had every reason to be stressed the fuck out and cut all her hair off. I'm not saying that she should have, but I could understand how you might need a break from these people, these vultures, who don't seemingly have your best interest at heart. So anyway, she apparently, people are saying that they think Brittany may need to be under a conservatorship again. I'm not her handler. I'm not her manager, so I can't say for sure. All I can really talk about is what comes on in the news or maybe what she has on her Instagram. And some of it isn't the best. It doesn't help her fight. But I just wish, on one hand, I wish the people who were per se handling her, if you want to have the family or people that are closely tied to her to be a part of it, then I don't think that that's wrong. But I also don't think those people should have all the power. I also don't think that the people who may be assigned conservatorship over her or a guardian over her, um, I think if it was me, I would put her under some sort of guardianship for people that know her and care about her and only have her best interests invested, meaning they're not getting paid any type of money. They're there giving their honest to God, unbiased opinion of her. And when I mean unbiased, I don't mean like unbiased. If she's your bestie or your cousin or whatever, you're gonna have bias, right? But I'm saying they're not gonna be biased because of money they're receiving. Because if you're receiving money for your child or for your cousin or whomever else, you're gonna be biased. So this income over here that y'all paying me, this $8,000 a month, yeah, Brittany crazy. She needs to stay under this conservatorship. Or even if it's, because the daddy, I think he was making like way more than that, like 100 and some thousand a month. I know it was thousands of dollars a month. Everybody was getting paid. So I think that's why people really wanted her out of that conservatorship. Plus, she didn't even have, power over her own body. So that's when I kind of was like, even though I've worked with conservators, with guardianship, with the courts and all that. And like I said, when it's a third party, they don't have anything vested. So that could be a good thing, but it also could be a bad thing because they don't really care. Some people, I'm not saying all of them, but I'm saying there's a good and a bad to go with that. So if they are not, linked to her in any personal way, they can be more objective about it, possibly, than a mom, a dad, or whomever. Because if it's your child, if you're a good parent, you're gonna want whatever is best for your child. But not everybody wants that. There's tons of people. She don't have to be 40 something years old for them not to have her best interest at heart. She could be a whole newborn, somebody getting SSI for this newborn or SSI for this 8-year-old, and it's like, why does she need SSI? But you got to have someone who doesn't have a vested interest. But anyways, apparently the paramedics never really made it in, I think, to do anything with Brittany, because from what I was reading, and I'll leave the links in the description, but from what I could tell, she's like, I think Brittany is suing them or something. What did it say on here? Where is my Britney Spears? Somebody took my little Britney Spears tab. Hold on. Or maybe I had it under the other thing. That's probably what happened. One second. Yeah. Poor Brittany. I feel like she can't win. So yeah, it started out with the boyfriend. People were saying that her and the boyfriend had gotten into it or something. They had some sort of fight, but that's not actually what happened. Brittany claims that it's fake news. So, but you just never know. Somehow she twisted her ankle, and that paramedics came illegally. I don't know. You just don't know who to believe, and that's what's the worst part about this, because it's like she can't trust her family. That's how come they ended up losing conservatorship over her. Doesn't seem like she can trust the boyfriend, Kevin Featherland, or whatever his name is. He had like what, 2 boys with her or something. I don't even know how old are they now. Alexa, how old are Britney Spears' sons?
Britney Spears' children are Sean Federline, who is 18, and Jaden Federline, who is 17.
They're so old. Thank you, Alexa. It's like, Jesus. Anyway. So, apparently she's back home in Hawaii. That's where her children live. I've been to Hawaii twice. It's expensive to live there, so I'm like, who paying for that? Mr. Featherline, you paying? No. So then I'll just speak really quickly. Candy Burris was on Watch What Happens Live with Mr. With Mr. What's his name? Bravo King, Andy Cohen, and he asked her about Porsha. And I'm like, listen, people have whatever their feeling is or their thoughts about Porsha, but my thought about Porsha is going to sell her Queen Victoria to the highest bidder. It just is what it is at this point. She came on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, I feel like in her early 30s, and she was married to Cordell Stewart. So at this point, her name is Porsha Stewart Williams Gubadia. And when she gonna marry the hot dog king too? It just seems like whoever has the most money, that's where she's gonna go. But Candy Burris, and I'm paraphrasing, was basically saying that she thinks Porsha moves too quickly, and I do too. I think wherever the money is, Porsha trying to get a ring, and Porsha got body for days, and she's not an ugly chick, so you know. Oh my God, I cannot. Something just populated on my screen. I can't. So Andy on there being messy. Yeah, Andy say, I am the fifth member. Remember that lady? She's Latasha. Is it Latasha? From the no, from Escape. She their mama. I am the fifth member. So moving on to this young lady. Her name is Jossie or Jessie. I don't know how to say her name. But apparently she is slated to be a new, I don't know if she's going to be a friend of, but it seems like she's going to be the new housewife of Potomac. I don't know if y'all have seen her yet, but I will. Nope, I don't want to. Why do you always want to put cookies on your computer? No, you can't put no cookies on my computer. She apparently is from the pageant world. She's also an AKA. She seems to be educated. Her name is, she has a different name than what I put in here. So I put this lady Jessie, and then her last name is spelled Rideaux. So like Thibodeau, but Rideau. I don't know exactly how to say her name. But she's an AKA, which both Dr. Wendy and Giselle are. This should be interesting. And then there's some other lady too that they're slated. I was trying to get you guys a photo of this lady, so I don't know. Oh God, it's so annoying. This is what she looks like. I don't know. Can y'all see that? So she's a little brown, little chocolate drop. She seems to, that looks like a Rolex on her watch. I mean, on her arm. Jay-Z say the Rollies on TikTok. But I've been hearing a lot of crazy stuff about Jay-Z. I'm like, there's been a lot of shade. Like stuff that I was just like, ooh. Apparently he's going, according to that lady, Sloan Bella from SloanBella.com. She's some sort of medium or psychic or something. But listen, I was listening to her talk about, what's his name? Notorious B.I.G., Big Papa, a.k.a. Go watch that lady. And I'm not even a person that believes, like, listen, I know that there are psychics that is real, because if you go look in the Bible, it talks about it. Psychics, mediums, prophets, all these different people. I look at it from like, where's your source? Where are you getting it from? Are you getting it from God or elsewhere? That's how I see it. All I'm going to say is that lady talking about some people. And I'm like, so from what she's saying, like the P. Diddy is like the first domino to fall. And he, according to what he's alleged had done to Cassie and so many other people, I'm just like, I never knew anything about the whole Pete. It was like, I didn't know until everyone knew. And apparently lots of people knew. I just didn't know. But listen, over here on Chanel's Reality, we live in a light. So I just didn't know. But anyways, she reportedly is going to be a new housewife. The other lady who I really liked her, oh God, what is her name? Oh God, what is her name? She was the one that got in the fight with the Sesame Street character. That girl. Like her. She's a little boss of Potomac. I love it when they actually have real money and will get down with you. Like, I ain't afraid of you. Like, I like her. I hate that Candy's gone, but I'm happy that Candy's gone because she don't need that drama. Listen, she's a princess and she don't need that type of drama. She don't need negativity in her life like that. So hopefully she'll return with her new baby. I really would like that. Or maybe she'll go on like to another um, network. But like I said, she apparently has, I don't know if it's one or two college degrees. She went to a university called Langston University. She was Miss Crimson and Cream. I don't know what that is, but it's some sort of scholarship. And like I said, she's an AKA. Apparently, she's a little, well traveled because it says on here that she's been to like 11 different countries in the past few years, so that's pretty good. I only been to listen. How many countries have I been to? I've been to like I've been to France, Dubai, St. Lucia, Mexico. I've been to Mexico a few times though. I don't know if Mexico counts. I love Cancun. Um, I feel like there's some other places I haven't been outside the US. I just can't remember at the moment. Oh, I went to Aruba. When you go to Hawaii, you feel like you're in another country, but you're not. Where else have I been? I've been to a few other places, so I can't recall at the moment. Let's see. And then there's another lady that's supposed to be joining Potomac. Her name is Stacy Roosh. Never heard of her. And it's just very interesting what they're saying. Like how she's being announced. She's like, I announced that I'm going to be leaving my favorite job. She worked at QVC. I didn't know that was a thing. Like, obviously, people work there, but I didn't realize it was something you needed to announce that you're leaving. It doesn't seem like a job that you would need to do that, but I also don't watch QVC like that. The most I've seen of QVC, I only saw really because of Lisa Rinna when she was on the Beverly Hills Housewives. She would be doing something randomly on there, selling a sweater or two or whatever it was that she was doing. But I wouldn't be able to pick those ladies that work there and talk about the clothes or whatever it is that they're selling. I wouldn't be able to pick them people out of lineup. So I don't understand why the announcement is like, I'm announcing. It's just bizarre. But I mean, she says she's leaving there and she's joining the Real Housewives of Potomac. But she's leaving the shopping network so she can focus on being a mom. It's weird. If you leaving to be a mom, why are you joining the Real Housewives of Potomac? Listen, no shade. Listen, go do whatever makes your heart happy. Listen, I told you we live in the sun over here, honey. We live in the light. So, if this is gonna be a good fit for your life, listen, if I'm being honest, I don't know one person that's really been on the Real Housewives of Beverly of any franchise and did it and just was so grateful for that opportunity and did it for years. Not one. Yeah, you get an opportunity to be what's the right word? Noticed if you have a business that you want to grow, but you don't want Bravo to take their 10%. Well, I'll take that back. Well, no, because I was gonna say Bethany, but I mean Bethany did have one of the fastest growing liquor companies ever, or something like that. So she made a lot of money, and I like Bethany. I think she's a good entrepreneur. She's funny, but the way she has her social media set up, I'm like, Bethany, you don't have nothing to do. It's giving something. It's just weird. I don't get it because it's like she's out here like talking about makeup and it's just, I'm not saying, listen, you have the freedom to do whatever the hell makes you happy, but it's just bizarre because Bethany, for however many years, she was just like very, like a general, like very specific about what she's doing. She has her stuff together. She has meetings. She has whatever. Everything with her is very linear. You know, she was going somewhere, and now it's just bizarre for her to. It would be kind of like, and it's not the same, but it would be kind of like Bill Gates being like, I want to be on TikTok. He's what, one of the wealthiest men on planet Earth because of what Microsoft or whatever it is. It's not that he couldn't do it or he shouldn't do it, but it's just kind of like, if you were in this very specific lane over here, and I believe spread your wings, do whatever you want to do, but it just seems bizarre for somebody who seems very cerebral, which is why I, said Bill Gates, because it's like, it just don't seem like his lane. It wouldn't even have to be that. It would just kind of be like, why all of a sudden is he club hopping? Just seemed bizarre to me. But like I said, there are people who definitely won, from coming on that show. I feel like Nene, aside from, her beef with Bravo, she definitely became a star. I think even Candace, even though I don't like how people drug her so much on social media, it's really just cruel. She's definitely elevated. But like again, I just feel like two of those three, why you have to have so many haters out of there? You know what I'm saying? It just, I don't feel like, it seems like if you can do it unscathed, but the only person I can think of that really did do it unscathed for the most part was that lady Eileen from, she was on Beverly Hills with Lisa Rinna, but her and Lisa Rinna are so completely different. Eileen definitely has a backbone, definitely has morals. Just saying. So I'm just like, why would anyone want to do this? It's not like it's elevating you. Like, yeah, you become famous, but then you become infamous. Many of them. And so many of them end up going to jail or, listen, whatever your skeletons were, gonna get dragged all the way out of the closet into the sunlight. If your husband has a side chick, even if he don't, somebody is gonna be claiming your husband as, it's just, I don't understand why anyone would. So I understand the money motivation, but is it worth it? I don't know. I don't know anyone that was on there, and I could really say, aside from, like I said, like a Bethany, because she can go sit on her pile of money, but they have your likeness for the rest of your life, basically. They have the right to use you in whatever way they really see fit. Now, I'm sure when Bethany came back, because they went and got her, she probably made very different contracts because she, could, and she probably has a team of lawyers. I don't know about this lady, but I'm interested to see, her name is Stacy Rusch. Her last name is spelled Rusch. Like I said, I'll put the links to the articles in the description. So the Stacy lady, she seems a little older. She seems like she's either my age or in her 40s, maybe mid 40s. The other lady, she seems younger than me. She seems like she's about 33. The Jossie lady. I wonder who her parents are, though. I'm gonna do a little more research, and y'all, if I find anything, I'll jump back on here and let you guys know. So, the last person I want to speak about really quickly. I've been on here for 28 minutes. It's time to go. I gotta go to bed. I have had 2 hours of sleep. I had to go get what is it? Something where they check your heart, give blood. I'm tired of giving all my blood to the vampires. Just saying. Anyway, pray for me, guys. I have surgery on Tuesday. So Kyle Richards and Mauricio Umansky, they have been going through it. And I don't know, I wanna believe sometimes what they're selling us, but I don't believe none of this. Okay, let me qualify that. I do believe that these people are separating. I do believe that, listen, what was that psychic lady? What that psychic lady say? She said at Camille's party, child. I think that lady was on TV, or they modeled the Medium, that show, after her or something. Anyway, she was shady. I was like, ooh. But what she said is seemingly coming true, because it seemed like it's been going on for about a year now. Because they started talking about this like right before BravoCon last year, where Kyle was allegedly divorcing Mauricio, or the other way around, and they wanted to have, and what by they, Twitter and the mean people on the social media wanted to have Mr. Umansky, Mauricio, sleeping with Dorit Kemsley. I don't know if any of that's true. I'm just hoping he ain't that dumb, because this is like, I mean, I would understand why. And I don't like girls, I like guys. But Dorit is much prettier than Kyle, in my opinion. And she dresses better and she has her own style, her own brain. Kyle just seems like she came across initially as the good wife, good mom, and, sister and all that. But I've just learned that Kyle is just a snake. King Cobra style, in my opinion. I don't like Dorit no better, really. Well, I do like Dorit a little bit better. Just because I do think Dorit can stand on her own. I think Kyle would have to cry through it before she could do it on her own. And I also think Kyle would be a shell of a human being if she didn't have kids and Mauricio. Because it doesn't seem like Kim likes her very much, and or Kathy. They love each other because they're family members, but I don't think they like her. And I get it. I don't like Kyle either. She gives King Cobra vibes to me. So, but anyways, allegedly Kyle has been saying for the whole season, last season of Housewives of Beverly Hills, she's been wanting for her whole life for Sutton Strack to say that Mauricio is cheating on her, and she just every chance she got, she was like, "Oh, you want to say that my husband's cheating on me?" And I'm like, "When did she say that? You wanted her to say that, Kyle." And we see you, sis. You wanted to have beef with Sutton for whatever reason. Probably because she's the easiest person to have beef with. But it's the wrong road, sis. Wrong road. Wrong road. Because what has Sutton done to you? She ain't done nothing to any of y'all, really. Ask questions. But she didn't even ask that question. It was all of the people, the photographers, paparazzi, all those people who kept saying that Kyle's dating, what's that lady's name? Oh, God. She's a country singer. What is her name? I know her name, y'all, but I don't know. I'm having brain fog today. But you guys know. Put it in the chat. Let me know if you know who I'm talking about. But I know you guys know who I'm talking about. Alexa, who is Kyle Richards Umansky dating?
Kyle Richards is married to Mauricio Umansky, although the couple has separated. They have been married since 1996 and have 3 children.
Some country star. Anyway. And then on the season, part of the season, they went out somewhere. I forget exactly where they traveled to. I think it was somewhere. It wasn't the south of France. Where the hell did they go? Somewhere Sutton took them. Sutton got all the money. Sutton, if you watching this, sis, I need you to get a few bodyguards. And what I mean by bodyguards is people watching your house. Because you are just so nice. And I'm not saying I think he's stupid, but they broke in so many people's homes and these stars now, especially the celebrity, what do you want to call it, Bravo celebrities. Just be careful of, because you just seem like a really nice person and you have really skinny legs and it's not going to be difficult for them. Not that, because burglars really usually they don't want anybody to be home. They want to come and rob you in peace. I'm just saying. I've been watching a lot of the Homicide Detective. Is that what it's called? Him and 20. If you're watching up 2020 in the first 48, I'm just saying. Anyways, back to Kyle and Mauricio. For so many years, people were like, Mauricio is so hot. But I will say this: he looks exactly like his daddy and exactly like his mom. Like he looks like both of them. Kind of like Blue Ivy looked just like Beyonce and Jay-Z at the same time. It's weird. Anyway, apparently, the news today is that Mauricio finally moved out, or he has some condo somewhere. I don't know why that matters. I'm like, why are you getting it? I mean, I guess I was going to say, why are you getting a condo if y'all live in a, I'm certain their house is like 5,000 square feet, if not more. It's probably more than that. So each of y'all can have a floor. And honestly, I don't know how much they're doing for the cameras, but it seemed like at least Mauricio tried to make it seem like he was still into Kyle. He seemed like, I want to see your tattoo more, and he's still trying to kiss her in the mouth. And then now they have that other buy in Beverly Hills, but listen, I'm not even gonna tell y'all to go over there and watch it. The first season, it was kind of entertaining, but then I kind of realized, okay, this is just really about, let's just create some stories. I really only liked it because I like the real estate part of it. I don't really care about these fake relationships that these people are doing. I don't really care about that. Although it was kind of interesting to watch the oldest daughter the one that's not Mauricio's child. It was interesting to watch her, but man, as sweet as she is, and she seems normal as they could probably get. It just, you could just see they wanted her to, like, oh my god, be begging this man to get married, and she didn't do that. But it was so annoying, and I don't know if they're still getting married or not. But um this season I tried to watch, I could barely get through 2 episodes. I wasn't even watching the second episode by the time it came on. I was just like, this is just, but in the first episode, Kyle was on there, and it seemed like they were still in a good place. So maybe when they started filming this, Kyle hadn't, met Morgan Wade. That's the country singer. But Kyle seems to be into this lady. At least that's what they're putting out there. What I don't like is some content creators are just, even just the media outlets. I don't like what they're like. I heard someone say, was reporting that Bravo said if Kyle Richards doesn't show her relationship with this Morgan Wade guy or Morgan Wade lady, she's going to get fired. Come to the front. The people in the back, come to the front. I can't see how that's legal anyway. First of all, that's a protected class. You cannot fire someone or not hire them because of their sexual orientation. And they don't have to tell you what it is. Just like they don't have to tell you if they're pregnant. They don't have to tell you if they're married, if they're engaged, if they have kids. Like, stop it. All of the news media that was running with it, I'm just like, y'all don't know nothing about employment law at all? None? I'd be like, Bravo, oh yeah, catch me outside without my team of attorneys. You cannot force me to tell you that I'm in a relationship with a woman or a man. You can't tell you. So what you can do is you can say, when we sign our contract at the beginning, we're signing, this is for a show, and we want to show different families. So unless you have a family that we can show on this show and they all agree, then we can't have a show. You can't have you on our show. But what you can't do is you can't say, we are not going to employ you because we want you, we're going to force you to tell us that you're in a homosexual relationship with this woman or lesbian or whatever it's called. The alphabet. I don't know which one it is. And I ain't trying to get, I'm not trying to get caught out there like that. I love everybody. Okay? I want everybody living a life. That's it. But yeah, I can't see how that's legal on No Day of the Week. And I saw people reporting on that, and then immediately, almost like the next day or two, they stopped reporting on it. Because I'm just like, what attorney? That is not truthful. Now, if they get her to do it, then you know what? I guess I don't really care, to be honest. Because again, I think I speak for the people. All the people on Chanel's reality. No, but honestly, I think I speak for the people when I say we don't really care about that as much as we do want to see love, right? We want to see when people have babies. We love to see when people get married and engaged and all these things. These are great. But honestly, I want to see people flying around in their private jets. I want to see them being bosses. I want to see them flying to the south of France and spending enormous amount of, what would I call it? Disposable income on unnecessary things like me, like how I love, Louis Vuitton and Chanel and Balmain and all of the things, like that's what I want to see. I want them to go to places that we can't get to. Exclusive shit. That's all I'm saying. Bravo, if anyone's listening. This is what we need. We don't want people to be getting bottles thrown at them. Listen, the people that, the people like me from Chanel's reality, yeah, we don't mind having some controversy, right? Because we're not watching, Little House on the Prairie. But we don't want people physically fighting each other. We don't want people being like calling everybody a bitch and this, that, and the third. It's a time and a place for that. And to me, housewives shouldn't be that. I should see y'all, listen, breaking out the crystal and, having backyard barbecues that aren't barbecues, that everybody's dressed up in their red bottoms. That's what I want to see. I want to see over the top $100,000 baby showers. That's what I want to see. I want to see people shutting down, whatever mall or whatever it is because that person's there. That's what we want to see. We do want to see some scandalous things. But I mean, think about it. How long was the Braxton Family Values on? And they wasn't over there fighting each other. They did fly, in private jets, and they did buy expensive they did. So the controversy was Tamar. No, but they had all kind of controversy because they had, Tawanda, who basically is married for convenience, and then you had Trina, who her husband ended up passing of cancer, rest his soul. But they had their own issues with cheating. You got Toni Braxton, who's a superstar, and Tamar, who wants to be the superstar and jealous of everybody, but acting like she's as bad as, you know. And now she's gone, in my opinion. Loved Tamar, but now she's gone from famous to infamous, like legit. It's just like, it's very thirsty. It's giving, I'm thirsty and I need a bucket of water. Only because, I think because Tamar, oh my gosh, she's just all in her feelings about something. She just gives me, now, she gives me, it feels very desperate. But it feels like a desperate narcissist. It feels like, because narcissists can't really see the wrong that they do. Everything is always happening to them. They're always gaslighting people. But I used to think it was, Vince was on her nerves and, whatever. She just didn't get it. No. You sit up here beefing with Candy Bird. Candy don't bother nobody. Listen, if Candy Birds is getting into it with you, it's because you started it. I can promise you that. Or you said something about her mama, her money, or Todd, or her kids. But that's anybody, really, when you think about it. But some people are just drama queens, and that would be Tamar. Just saying. Because now she in a beef with, who is Tamar in a beef with now, girl? She in a new beef. Oh, no. K. Michelle. Oh, my God. Anyway, y'all let me know what you guys think about Kyle and Mauricio. And, oh, that's what I was going to say. I started telling you guys about that psychic lady, that medium. She was at that, what was that, season what? It was with Camille. So it might have been season 2 or season 3. In Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And Camille was like, oh God, what is Kyle's friend's name? She's like a little pit bull. I really don't like her either. Oh, Faye Resnick. She's just like the morally corrupt. But Faye Resnick, she deserves it. She's just as bad as Kyle. She's just, actually, Kyle has a likability to her. Faye Resnick is so, she's just, I can't with her at all. I don't see how anybody can be around that lady. She is just annoying as, just saying. But yeah, that lady, the psychic lady, medium, she told Kyle, she was like, Kyle, you are, what she say, when the kids are older and they move out, you guys are not gonna have nothing in common. And Porsha is still technically, what is Porsha? Like 16? I think she's 16. So she's a year and a half, 2 years away from leaving. But she did tell her, she said once the kids are gone, and I didn't want to believe her because I'm like, lady, she was just doing that just to get at her. Because we just like, yeah, Camille set this up because Kyle, Camille got the worst of her first season because everybody believed Kyle. Because Kyle, like I said, she does have a likability to her. She is funny, but she's a savage. She is. Kyle is the same as Tamara Judge. They wrote people in, especially the new people, unless she's intimidated by you, because then you're going to know it. But for the most part, they wrote people in. It's like they put them under a spell. And then at the reunion, they just take all their darts and just be stinging people. That's what I get from Kyle. I don't think Camille saw it coming. So Camille seemed like the bitter wife. But I also think Camille believed her own hype. I think she felt like, I'm a lady of leisure, and Kelsey Grammer is my husband, and probably felt like, I got his 2 kids over here. Meanwhile, Kelsey was getting in with some lady in New York, allegedly. Everything on Chanel's reality is alleged, okay? It's for entertainment purposes only, and in my opinion, or whoever opinion that may or may not be on the show. That's it. I don't know these people. So let me be very clear about it. It's just my opinion based on articles that I read that are, the description is in the link, so you can go and read it for yourself. So it's not just me saying these things. But I'm wondering, I'm like, what is Kyle going to do when Porsha leaves? Because I do think, even though she's probably a really good mom on some level, I think she's instilled morals, but it's just kind of like, how do you really instill morals when your morals are the way you treat your people? How is it that neither one of your sisters like you? Well, I know how it is because you're savage, but it's like, I don't know. I don't like to be mean to people, but Kyle, oh girl, with you, sometimes I just have to take exception. You just a king cobra. But anyway, I was saying all that because I just don't see Kyle. How do y'all see Kyle when Mauricio's gone? I mean, he's gone a lot. Don't get me wrong, but I'm saying her kids are not there anymore. Porsha about to run off to wherever she going to college. I don't know. I don't think that Kyle would try to make them feel like guilt them to come home, but I think they would be concerned about her. Porsha's not there anymore, and Porsha started this show when she was 2. Her second birthday was on the show. She was so cute when she was little too. Anyway, I guess she say her money will keep her warm. Listen, give me the money and I will go find a man in each city, each country if I was Kyle. Because why not? Just saying. Men do it all the time. So, listen, go live your best life, girl. Or figure out whatever. Go be a country singer or country whatever with Morgan if that's what you like, Kyle, girl. Don't let these people try to tell you what you should do with your life. And I don't even like Kyle, but I think she should go live her best life. You only have a limited amount of time, and you're over 50, so that means you probably have more of a past and a future. So go be happy. Do your thing, girl. Anyway, guys, let me know what you guys think. Chime down in the comments. Like I said, please hit the like button. It help, me and my little 3 months of survival. I'm going to go to bed because I have things to do, and I haven't had but 3 hours of sleep. So talk to you guys later. Have a good one. Please hit the like button. Bye.